Hello everybody and welcome back to my Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough. Our last time, so we went through the, what was it called? This one right here, the Cauldron, that one. And then we fast traveled over to this one and get it all completed. I'm now going to try to get over, let's see, what do you want?
Little Spark. Name's Jira. I run this fine watering hole.
I like what you've done with the place. Something troubling you, Jira?
When the Karja fort opened, I got word that my husband had come looking for me. But only the word made it to the fort. He didn't.
You have a husband?
Kender. Beat him in an arm wrestling match. I left him behind when I left the claim. Some metal sellers passed him at the bridge near the glare break. Seeing as you drift on the wind, Little Spark.
If I'm out that way, I'll look for him, but... do you want him to find you, Jira?
Ever have those mornings when you wake up without all the answers? Still, I'll be heading up to the fort to resupply. Luck on your travels.
You can stay away. I have no quarrel with the Nora.
And I have no quarrel with you. What is this place?
These are hunting grounds, and I'm the keeper. I offer the element trials for those who want to join the Hunter's Lodge. Now you know, so you can be on your way.
Wait, what if I want to have a go at one of these trials?
Then I have to give them to you. Pick a trial and be done with it. I'll tell you how it works. For this trial, shoot the containers on Striders' backs with fire arrows. If you hit them right, you'll get quite a blast. Good luck with that. Slide down a rope and we can get started. You want a blazing sun on your first try. That's admirable. If you can freeze enough machines and take them down, I'll consider it a pass. If that's what you want. Now pick a rope so I can time you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that another time.
Slide down a rope, will ya? Yeah, let's give up on that. In this trial, you'll need to stun bellow backs with shock ammo and shoot off the components in their undercarriage. Wonderful.
Really? God, dude, these suck ass. What does the fuck? I don't fucking know. Fuck off! Do you fucking mind? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you! God, you fucking ass! Thank you. Fucking hell.
King of Od's decree brought the hunters.
Why have you come to Sunfall?
Shut up.
The Grave Hoard is where you belong.
You make it sound so attractive, Silence.
The Eclipse knows you're alive, Aloy. If their agents see what's Sunfall, you will be overwhelmed.
Well, that's certainly ominous. I can guess why there was a vantage here.
Day 12. As we watch the booster arc up into the night sky, riding a pillar of flame, you took my hand, squeezed it, and said, You have written the story of our family across the stars.
Hi, Ma. Last stop after this. I'll have said everything I need to. It was just a routine launch, but for us, it might as well have been Apollo 11. It was my first payload, a seeker/extractor with an upgraded propulsion system I designed. The vehicle was designated for M89282, an asteroid rich in ruthenium and tungsten, a metallurgic claim, as it happened. Family event through and through, so we stood in the open air as night fell and the stars came up. And of course, I was thinking of that night years before when we watched the parasites together and talked and dreamt it for this very moment. You were thinking of it too, because when the booster launched, as it rose into the sky on its jet of flames, you took my hand and said, "You have written the story of our family across the stars." Even then, I knew it was not true, or it wasn't true. The vehicle was headed for a rock, not a star. It was a routine launch, not some voyage of discovery. My heart was too full to quibble. I just laughed and squeezed her hand back. It was the finest moment of my life. You and me, Ma. Onwards and upwards, the start of great things. But after you died and I broke down, the meaning of that night changed. Everything that had seemed wonderful seemed to turn to rotten false. It seemed false because it was false. I had never written anything across the stars. Sure, I hoped to work on a project like that, a deep space probe or a colony ship, but it never happened. Now that my career was over, it never would. Then, when I found out about the plague, the memory haunted me even worse, because it wasn't just me who failed to write a story across the stars. You see, it's all of us, entire species, our innovations, all our tech, all our striving, and it came to zero. I've been looking up to the stars a lot, Ma. And the only story I see written across them is that we are small and insignificant, and will soon disappear with hardly trace left behind. It's a hard story, and I don't much like it. So I guess maybe what I've been trying to do these past 12 days is tell a different story. Not a big story written across the stars, but a tiny one written across the humble earth, the only world we have ever gotten to know. I have no reason to think anyone or anything will survive to ever read it. But whether that happens or not, the truth of the story remains. That once upon a time, on a planet called Earth, there lived a boy named Bashar, who loved his mother very much, or very, very much. Goodbye, Mom. Or goodbye, Ma. I love you. Bashar, I can't. Matai, son of, and stepson of, 24 November 2064. We have 3 more to pick up of those. Oh.
Might regret this.
Okay, there we go. For fuck's sake. Stop. Fuck off. Climb. Don't fucking pull this bullshit. It's impossible to fucking find this shit.
A pocket shitstorm tour. Day 1. Where better to start than at the end? Or where the end started, anyway. Ground zero. Where it all came crashing down. My career first. Then everything else. And I mean everything.
Are you fucking with me? Hi, Ma. Remember how ecstatic we were when I landed my job here? Aerospace control engineer at Faro Automated Solutions, straight out of Stanford University. Saturday, I was tossing a mortar board. Wait, what? Mortar board. Monday, I was an employee of the biggest corporation on Earth. Starting wage 6 times A6. It was a dream come true. Yours as much as mine. When I found out I landed the gig, I waited until graduation day to tell you in person. You were so proud. You hugged me 5 minutes straight, laughing and crying at the same time, saying over and over, onwards and upwards, the start of great things. I thought so too. It seemed as if nothing bad would ever happen to me. To us, ever again. But bad did happen, of course, more bad than I ever knew was possible. Well, I can't blame Foss for making you sick. Metallurgic gets the credit for that. I sure as hell can blame Faro for the rest. But let's talk about the end of the world later. It plays a part in the story, of course. If I hadn't found out what was coming, I wouldn't be doing this. Leaving these time capsules. But the apocalypse isn't the story I want to tell. This is going to be about our family, about us. It's time to get going. I spent enough of my life in the shadow of this place. I got 11 more vantage spikes in the trunk of this Sabera I rented and some pretty good ideas where to sink them. So, let's get the hell away from this place and start sinking. Alright, we got fucking 2 left. We got that one. There's this one over here. And the final one is over there. Alright, let's get over here.
Day 11. I came out here to die. But instead of overdosing at Wyatt's cottage, I went out walking along the water. I was standing right here when the idea hit me. And the moment it did, I knew I had to do it.
Hi, Ma. I came here with a duffel full of drugs after I found out about the plague. I had a plan, a simple one. I figured I spend a few days getting high, then OD on Overcast. I guess I was still frustrated at Wyatt for aiding and abetting her silence. If everything had gone according to plan, my corpse would be laying rotting in the cottage for who knows how long. He would need least catastrophic cleaning bots just to scrape me off the floor. A skeletal little finger from beyond the grave, but things didn't go to plan. For some reason, I went out walking before I got home. I trudged along the shore, thinking of all the times we walked and talked here, how I changed over the years, how you stayed the same, whether I was a high schooler jabbering about AP classes or a university student gossiping about my professors, or a fast engineer pontificating about payload yields. You were always there, always listening, always interested, and always encouraging me, of course, spurring me on, onwards and upwards. But now here I was, an abject failure, standing alone on this beach. All around me, children chased playbots across the sand, sunbathers bass, families splashed in the water or zipped past on old-timey boats, utterly oblivious to the mechanical terrors that would soon consume them. Brief moments in the sun, doomed to end in horror and amount to nothing. All your love and devotion, all the sacrifices you made to support me, my success, what had that come to? Failure. And at such a cost. We never even got a chance to say goodbye. But even if I hadn't failed, if I had gone on succeeding, would that have been any better? The whole time I was clawing my way up the ladder at FAST, the company's military division was creating the tech that would end the world. I served the same master. Success was a ladder to nowhere. It just took falling off, landing on the Vantage project to see it. I don't know why, but the irony of that had never hit me until I was standing on this beach. That it was only because I failed and been assigned to the Vantage, an abandoned time capsule project, that I found out the world was ending. Irony, more like a cosmic joke. Why then did the realization hit me like an inspiration? I had access to the tech. I knew I could do it. Sure, in the end, it'd probably all just come to nothing like everything else. But for 5,000 years or more, whatever data I left behind would still be there. It wouldn't be much, but it wouldn't be nothing either. I went back to the cottage, stashed the drugs, called a liftsman into town. If I was going to make an end-of-the-world tour, I figured I might as well do it in style. So I leased a Sabera and rode that to Foss. I let myself into land, signed out 12 Vantage spikes for testing, put them in the trunk of Sabera, and the rest was history. It was less than 2 weeks ago. Feels like forever. When I started the tour, I figured I'd come back here and pick up where I left off, get high, then dead. But the first thing I did when I got here was incinerate all the drugs. All 2.5 months of salary's worth, so that bridge to oblivion has literally been burned. I don't know how I'm gonna die, but it can't be like that. I know how you felt about me and drugs. However it happens, I can at least promise you this: I will die clean. I still have one last spike to sink, one final stop at the grand mysterious tomb. See you there. I don't think it's gonna be any of these ones, but fucking... Damn. Alright, so the final one is way over here, and I don't think, again, I've technically read it in order in regards to that. But, we got all the vantages done on that one. I don't really want to fuck around with the flowers right now. Primarily just because it would be so hellish. I think what I would probably want to do, because we're going to have to go through a good chunk of stuff, is I'll probably do this guy, and then I would say we go ahead and actually continue doing the main quest, which is into the Borderlands, as well as the Grave Horde. Where's that, by the way? Oh, I have to go there anyway, so... I think... an entry point could be made here. And then we just go that way. I'll have to keep an eye out for sawtooths and blah 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 blah. Oh, I can get those damn fucking things without too much of an issue, but of course that just depends on being able to actually do it without any issue. Alright, good end off here. Thank you guys for tuning in, jazz. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and see a video. And have a great day. Where's the button? There's the button, right?